Been an interesting day. We got things going on. I'm Know Nothing Attorney. I know nothing, so you can too. Because it's only in embracing that we know nothing that we can actually learn anything. And man, my hair... Oh, it's the headset. Okay. It's only embracing that we know nothing that we can actually learn anything. And that's what we're here to do every time we're live. I'm here to learn from you, and I hope that you can learn with me. First things first, I want to catch up on the Discord, see what's going on in there. Let's throw it up there. Just want to catch up with what people have been sharing.
Zach and Brennan. A defendant stupidly interrupting his lawyer's closing remarks.
Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, over the past 4 days, you have seen state's prosecutor attempt to effectively bamboozle you with a series of hearsay arguments and loose speculative evidence, placing my client near the scene of the crime during the time of the murder.
Like
you are tasked to consider the evidence and whether it proves beyond a reasonable doubt whether my client is guilty. Is my client a perfect man? No.
I killed him, yeah.
At work and heard chanting, high schoolers in Santa Ana. All right. Awesome. Apparently going to Phoenix next. Oh boy. Okay, what do we got here from Maddie? What's up, Sock Now? Oh yeah? What you pulling out of the Chomsky stuff? I saw today that somebody found out that Dawn T had been automatically censored because they had censored the word don't. Criminal charges must be dismissed if defendant can't get a lawyer. Oregon Supreme Court rules. Well, yeah, obviously. You can't wield state power if you're not giving the citizen their due rights. Obviously. That... How are you not able to give them a lawyer? I need to bring this window up. There we go. This is not where I want this window to be. Stop it. That's not where I want it to be either. Stop it. Get some help. Well, I'm not comfortable with how they spoke together. Well, clearly. Anything like of particular interest in there? I mean, it's obvious that we're not going to be comfortable with what they said. I want this window. Not that one. This one. No, not that one. Oh my god. Can I please get this window? Thank you. Dang. I need to put the music back on. The silence is killing me. ADHD is a hell of a drug. I have to be listening to people talk, like, all day. I have to. Like, it gave me the heebie-jeebies. No, just the whole thing. Machu Pow. I have a lefty thing. Eat your ass. So, you want people to eat your ass? Yeah, you don't have to come in all gung-ho for a fight. What's going on? Well, I have no interest in eating your ass. Eating ass is totally fine. Do you have something you wanted to talk about, Machu Pao? You here to tell me why MAGA's good? Or are you just fine with it being bad? You can fight. Well, I'm not interested in fighting. Why do you want to fight? You're either way? I don't know what that means. You go both ways? You go all ways? You pan? He thinks because the lefties support people doing as they will with other consenting adults that all lefties want to do everything that consenting adults do with each other in any context. Dem Republican, we're all fucked. No, that's not true. Democrats aren't the gold standard, but they're not removing everyone's rights. Listen, go on X and watch your porn match? What does that mean? I don't know what that means. Alright, criminal charges must be dismissed if defendant can't get a lawyer. Oregon Supreme Court rules. The ruling could force the dismissal of more than 1,400 criminal cases. How? Oregonians charged with crimes who cannot get timely legal representation from the state must have their cases dismissed, the Oregon Supreme Court ruled Thursday. In a unanimous decision, the court ruled that a defendant's criminal charges must be dismissed if the state has failed to provide a defense attorney for 60 days in a misdemeanor case or 90 days in a felony case after the defendant's first court appearance. Damn, well that makes sense. You have a right to a speedy trial. Why simp for a side? Because one side is causing mass destruction. It's pretty simple. It's really not hard. Cool, that's a human? What's a human? The ruling could force the dismissal of more than 1,400 criminal cases. You look dumb promoting a side? No, that you having no stance on how a nation should be is pretty dumb. One side's like, ruin tons of people's lives, take away all of our rights, and you're like, well, the other side, I can't support that either. What the fuck? What are you talking about? No stance is how you get shit like this where people lose their rights. It's a really bad stance. More than 900 affected cases are in Multnomah County, according to data from the Oregon Judicial Department. Like, listen, homie, like, should people be able to marry who they want or not? Take no side? Should people be able to, I don't know, know why they're being held in detainment or not? Should people be allowed an attorney or not? Neither side, doesn't matter. Okay. Great, dude. What's my problem? I totally support you having a husband. That's great. You know, one side doesn't support that. So what exactly is my problem? Like losing rights? What are the real problems, dude? If losing rights aren't a problem, what is the problem? Uh-oh, I don't have my YouTube chat up. Oh, here's somebody. Would you be willing to help with the general strike movement? Yeah, sure. rights? You? Crazy. What? What's crazy about people losing their rights? Maybe you could speak in whole sentences. That would be great. Maybe then I can get your point faster. Under this decision, prosecutors would still be allowed to refile the case at a later time. Okay, this would be dismissed without prejudice. We acknowledge that setting such a limit involves a judgment call. Oregon's current public defense crisis requires us to make that call and establish a general rule that can be applied consistently across the state. I mean, it sounds scary, like... if we don't have enough public defenders to answer, like, to support people for all the crime that's being committed in Oregon. Shouting, but the gods are confused? Money or fate? Dude, what are you talking about? What does that mean? You're shouting, but the gods are confused. Oh, I need to give this guy the... Hey, here's the current Discord, by the way. LD Theo DB. LDF Theo? I don't... What is that name? Like, we should have more political choices, I understand, at Machu Picchu. I think they're just trolling. I don't think they have an actual position. They said sides, Sock now, not parties. I think this person is opposed to having a political stance. I mean, I would... Trolling isn't a wake up. Don't fool yourself. Don't try to make yourself feel good about what you're doing. Trolling doesn't wake anybody up. I would love for you to do one, and that's just like, you know, tell me your actual position. That would be cool. What am I doing? Well, I am here to change one mind at a time, hopefully. And that involves building a platform so I have the chance to talk to more people. And try and find long-term ways to push for a constitutional convention. That's my biggest thing. Oregon Supreme Court found a failure to appoint counsel harms criminal defendants by restricting their liberty, but also denying them any means to challenge charges or move their case forward. Exactly. Yeah. Cool. Good take. Then why don't I engage with what? You haven't given me anything to engage with. I would love to have something to engage with, but you haven't given me anything. What am I doing? What? Alright, but if you're not going to give me anything worthwhile in chat, then I'm just going to disregard things you say. Like, that's what you're going to choose. What is this, Maddie? Then that's what you ask us? What's what I ask you? What?
Now the face in the eyes of the champion.
Hell yeah, let's go. Oh.
Now the face in the eyes of the champion. face in the eyes of the champion.
What the fuck? Okay. It's got to be something, Sock, now. I don't know. Like, Machu Pao, do you feel like I'm not prompting you enough? Because there's like a whole list of, there's a slideshow of debate topics. If you find something that you disagree with, I'm happy to take you up on that.
Hey, you, I'm taking away your funding.
Pete Hegseth?
You know how Boy Scouts, Scouting America, is partnered with the military?
Yeah, you guys provide some cots and stuff.
Wait, what?
National Jamboree.
Well, we're talking about ending that partnership.
I just posted about it on X.
I'm his assistant.
You made an official statement about potentially ending your partnership with Scouting on Twitter?
It's X, actually.
No one calls it that.
We're demanding
ending
that
your
Scouting
partnership
America
with Boy Scouts of
implements
America?
core value reforms. No more
Sorry,
of this
Scouting
DEI
America,
inclusive crap. It should just be boys and Boy Scouts.
You gotta go back to how it was. You mean when Scouting had massive lawsuits related to sexual
Machu
abuse?
Pao, I don't even know what that means.
Back
What
to
does that mean?
No, not that. You should go back to God and country.
It's
like
easy
I said
to
in my
make
tweet.
religion
Scouts never
right
left
right
God and
away.
country. It's been part of the
What
Scout
does
oath
making
this entire
religion
time.
right
What?
mean?
An oath? Like the Oath Keepers?
The Scout oath. Wait, neither of you are Boy Scouts?
No.
Okay. On my
On
honor,
what,
I will
dude?
do my best to do my duty to God and my country, to help other people at all times. Is your dismantling of DEI helping people?
It's part of our policy at the
Wait, what?
Department of what? An oath? Like the Oath Keepers?
The Scout oath. Wait, neither of you are Boy Scouts?
No.
Okay. On my honor, I will do my best to do my duty to God and my country, to help other people at all times. Is your dismantling of DEI helping people?
It's part of our policy at the Department of War.
I don't have a
Zero
religion.
tolerance for DEI.
It's still Department of Defense. Congress never officially changed it.
What do you know about the law?
Well, I did.
Wait, really? I hadn't heard that.
Actually changed
That's
it.
good.
What do you know about the law?
Well, I did get citizenship in the Nation Merit Badge. It's Eagle required.
Well, like I said in
Yeah,
my tweet,
I got that
you
one.
are on the clock and we are watching.
I didn't bring a clock.
What does that mean?
I'll check the sun.
Hey, you, I'm taking
What does
away
that
your
mean?
funding.
Pete.
That's crazy. You have an issue with my lack of religion? You're doing great, Machu Pao. You're doing great. I'm proud of you. Did you just need somebody to tell you that they're proud of you? Because I am proud of you. That's not a joke. Proud of you. What we got? Border Patrol boss Gregory Bovino tossed from Las Vegas bar. Former U.S. Border Patrol commander at large. Days after being removed from his post in Minneapolis, Bovino headed to Sin City, where he was spotted drinking wine at the multi-level Bottled Blonde sports bar on the Las Vegas Strip. A representative from the establishment told the Daily Beast that the 55-year-old officer is no longer welcome there. Upon becoming aware of the individual's presence, the patron was asked to leave the premises and was escorted out by staff. Nice. Nice. I love it. They just learned he was there and kicked him out. He didn't even do anything there. Like, listen, I can critique the Dems as a leftist, and I do think they are terrible and definitely has major problems. Like, this is why we support third parties that can be legitimate, not meme parties like the Green Party. We need a legitimate party that can be better than the Democrats and Republicans, but we don't have that maturity in the left right now. Well, we just also don't have the infrastructure for it. To ask what? Then I'm there? What's happening? Machu Pao, I get trolls all the time. This is the most incoherent thing that I've ever heard from somebody. This is weird. Oh no, not this. Troll means I hate you. I'm not trolling. Troll doesn't mean you hate me. Troll means you're just looking to get reactions for entertainment. Little Donnie Fund. All right, you're here. Welcome here. You don't need to hate me to troll. Little Donnie Fund, I hope you're having a good evening. I'm proud of you. I don't film. I'm here because of me. Uh-huh. I mean, that's what volition is. That's how volition works. Hey, Laura, can you turn that to the lower setting? Thanks.
Confusing because I'll turn it to the highest and be like, it's on 1. It's not in the lower.
You're here without a cause. Well, welcome. I hope that we find something entertaining this evening. I'm rolling. Sure. It's a pretty quiet night. Usually we've got a conversation rolling by now, but not now. I'm not in a rush. I think Machu Pao is trying to make me feel bad for having nothing going on right now. That's the best that I can get out of what they're saying. I'm just here to chill. I'm jaded. I'm the opposite of jaded. I'm an incredibly earnest and hopeful person, and I hope to find the good in people who are supporting terrible things. That's the opposite of jaded. It is hard to support Trump now, and I've got projects in the works that I hope can generate more conversation, but like it's not ready right now. So in the meantime, I'm just gonna go live and talk to anybody that wants to talk. I'll work on videos on my off days. And other content. Lil Donnie Fund, I don't remember like what we talked about last time you were here. Are you like, what's with the name if you're not a Trump supporter? Are you calling him Little Donnie is like it's an insult? It's just weird to have Donnie in your name. I think you're hot if that means. Well, thank you. I appreciate that. Men don't get complimented on their appearances near enough. That's a nice boost. I appreciate that. Machu Pao, your willingness to compliment other people outright is very attractive. What do we got here? The following e-filed documents were read on this motion for judgment. In this breach of contract action, the plaintiff moves pursuant CPLR 33212 for summary judgment on all causes of action of the amended complaint, dismissal of the defendant's counterclaims, damages of $1.1 million plus attorney's fees. By interim order dated March 17, 2025, the court struck the defendant's opposition and cross motion for having twice used artificial intelligence in drafting its filings, which contained hallucinated case citations. God, guys, you at least have to do a cursory lookup. God damn. My name is from a comedy troupe. It's if you know, you know. I've had this handle since before Trump went down that escalator. Damn. On Twitch, because I've got a I think New Year's Eve 2011 Twitch name, maybe 2012. People point at my profile and go, this dude has a really old Twitch name. Order that the clerk shall enter judgment in favor of the plaintiff. Oh, wow. Just wow. Whoa. Okay, so we didn't get the rest of the judgment that like goes over the claim of summary judgment. This makes it look like the judge saw 2 hallucinated cases and went, well, guess I'm just deciding for the other side. It's possible. A countage. All right, we had some stuff going on today. Maybe it'll show up in law. Well, I mean, I can just straight up look up a couple of things that I wanted to look up. Food. There we go. Obviously, it has an E in it. This makes me the opposite of jaded.
Sport, what an honor for her.
There is the Vice President, J.D. Vance, and his wife, Usha. Ooh, those are not... those are a lot of boos for him. Whistling, jeering, some applause.
Love that.
Not a long shot of him from his...
In an
Not a long shot of it, it just went away. Was trying to command you don't have a bot. I turned off Nightbot and I haven't spent some time working on like back of office stuff, so I need to go fix Nightbot. But I'm gonna have a lot of time to work on stuff tomorrow, so hopefully by tomorrow night I'll have some things fixed up. Love Adam Mockler. Adam Mockler's pretty good. I hate how piecemeal his stuff is. Like, it's like, oh, we got an update. Here's a 3-minute video. Here's a 5-minute video. I'm just like, this isn't substantive. Can you analyze some more? By the way, what's your take on the horrible Truth Social post? Yeah, that was another one of the things that I wanted to bring up. I want to look at this just one more time because there's no like horribleness in this. This is just a horrible man and the horrible man getting
sport,
booed.
what an honor for her.
There is the Vice President, J.D. Vance, and his wife, Usha. Ooh, those are not... those are a lot of boos for him. Whistling, jeering, some applause. Not a long shot of him from his...
Camera cut away real fast. What are your issues with Mockler? Let's go back to the law subreddit. I bet they've got the Truth Social thing up there. Members of Congress will be able to view unredacted Epstein files next week. Oh, that's good. They'll be able to see the auto-censored instances of Don T in the... That seems weird. Why are there enough... I mean, I guess maybe there aren't a lot of instances. They just had a whole list of ways to reference Donald Trump's name that they went to censor. Bet Destiny is the issue. What, Destiny has an issue with Mockler? I've got... Destiny is not the best of people. He's a good debater, but not the best of people. He's a bit of a dick, and I don't like being a dick. Trump listed as a passenger on Epstein's private jet on at least 8 flights. Okay, I guess it's going to be in politics, not... Let's close this stuff. Let's go to politics. House Dem leader Jeffries fucked Donald Trump. What was the context of this? We'll get to the Truth Social video. It'll be there. Hey Maddie, how are you doing? How was your day? We were just going over all the things you posted in the Discord. That UFC fuck ice chant was great. That was great. And we just looked at the booing of Vance at the Olympic opening ceremonies. And we haven't gotten to the Truth Social post yet. Well, this just... I'm not going to get to see the story, huh? What's it about? What happened? Why did Jeffrey say it? Got a summary here? Fuck Donald Trump and his vile, racist, and malignant behavior? Hell yeah! So it was about the Truth Social post. Let's go! Fantastic. Are you talking about you're getting ratioed in real life? JD Vance gets a lot of boos during Winter Olympics opening ceremony. Do we have a different video? No. Don't do that. Newsweek. Okay. No. I didn't make a mistake, Trump says, of post depicting Obama's... Oh my god, he doubled down? I didn't know he doubled down? Holy shit! All the defenses that were going up on the internet, like on the conservative subreddit, though, like, clearly, like, an intern posted, like, the last 2 seconds of a more substantive video, and it was a mistake. I didn't make a mistake, he says. Now, this is from 5 hours ago. What? $1 a.m. Okay, it's just 3 hours ago. What? The post said 5 hours ago. I could have sworn. Okay. President Donald Trump declined to apologize. I mean, that's his #1 rule, right? Never take blame for anything. If you can't avoid blame for something, act like it wasn't bad. Never concede. Never concede to anything. That's apparently a key to success. No, you were right, Maddie. William on YouTube chat. I'm libertarian distributist, and I disagree Trump or MAGA, but I don't think they necessarily hate. I don't necessarily want to change your mind. The change your mind thing is a joke about Steven Crowder. But challenge your concrete statement. Okay. Do you want to chat about it live, or do you just want to sit in comments? Steven Crowder is a jerk. But he's a jerk for a lot of the reasons that Trump is a jerk, which is a lot of the reasons that MAGA have to be jerks. Which is largely the racial hate thing. Okay, I'll post the Discord. Watch it be Tanner 1 again. Needs something to do with his Fridays. Hey, okay, LDF from YouTube chat made it into the Discord. Rad. Hopefully, I fixed up the voice chat rooms so that they actually work. Okay, yep, okay, I'm coming through on Discord. Cool. I'll move to the on-air room. William, let me know when you're in the waiting room Discord chat. Wait, hold on. In his quote, he admits it's a mistake. President Donald Trump declined to apologize for sharing a video depicting former President Barack Obama and First Lady Michelle Obama as apes, telling reporters, "I didn't make a mistake." Trump told reporters while traveling on Air Force One to Florida on February 6th that he only looked at the beginning of the roughly 1 minute long video, which starts off talking about unsubstantiated voter fraud claims regarding the 2020 election, and didn't see the portion with the Obamas that has been widely condemned as racist. I just looked at the first part. I didn't see the whole thing, Trump said, indicating he gave it to someone else to post, and somebody slipped and missed a very small part. I think you don't know what a mistake is. You must not know what a mistake is what it sounds like. No defense, only offense. That's right. Still finding it like it's in shorts. What do you mean, Sock, now? Is this cleaned up? Yeah, it's ready to use. Cool. Love to see that. Where were we? James Comer won't let Hillary Clinton testify publicly on Epstein. I mean, I guess now that like we've like at least looked at one story related to, or I guess 2 stories related to the Truth Social post. I mean, I don't know that there's a lot to say. The president on the official president account, social media account, posted, I believe it was only 2 seconds of the video he's referencing, and the 2 seconds depicted President Barack Obama and Michelle Obama with like their heads plastered onto apes, if I'm not mistaken. And holy shit, that's just insanely racist. Just insanely racist. Just blatantly racist. Just unapologetically racist. It is the most embarrassing thing that, I mean, it's such a weird standard to say it's the most embarrassing thing that a president has done. But, like, it's the most blatantly embarrassing thing. He should be embarrassed about a lot of other stuff, but it's a lot of stuff that, like, a lot of people would go, oh, but there's, like, a justifiable reason for... There is no justifiable reason for this. At all. It's just blatant hatred. This would be like if he came out and said, I am deploying ICE to get rid of all of the brown people. This would be equivalent to that. So it's just out there. Just nuts. I wouldn't even say this is a dog whistle, little Donnie Fun. That's my point. Is like, this isn't even a dog whistle. This is just the only black president in history is a monkey. Wow. I mean, the thing that is truly wrong with him is wealth. It breaks people's brains. I don't see you in the waiting room, William. You're in the voice channel? Oh, there you are. Okay. What's going on, William?
What's up, dude?
How are you doing this evening? Hello, computer. You okay? Whoa, why did he move? You moved channels. You okay? William, what? What?
I feel like part of the reason that wealth breaks people is the ability to feel, is that like you feel like I can do literally everything now that I'm wealthy.
That is true, Lore. Do you mind if I restate that for the viewers who may not have been able to hear you?
Yeah.
The 10-year-old Lore says that she thinks that the reason wealth breaks people is that it gives the person the sense that they can do whatever they want without consequence. Yeah. And that kind of removes some ethical barriers that most people have, I think. To the point where wealthy people just do bad things to vice signal to each other, to say, I'm on board for doing whatever. Yeah, when there is no accountability, it's true. Like, they can do whatever they want. Affluenza. Thank you, Maddie. I hadn't heard that term in a long time. Lore, my mod Maddie says hi.
Hello.
It's just a whistle. That's right, Maddie. I will have to get it later because it was in one of the CNN interview shorts, but I will get it later. Like, the interviews are long. I don't know what's going on with William. William's on mute. And every time I try to bring William up into the on-air chat, they move back into the waiting room, so I don't know what's happening. I've moved into the waiting room chat with them just to try and figure out what's going on, but alas. Okay, well, for now, we'll just switch back to what we were doing. Is it set to He was talking for a second, little Donnie Fund. You don't know what's going on? You're new to this? I mean, your mic is on mute on Discord. And I should have like fixed up the, okay, well, it seems like the changes I made last time didn't save, I guess. Okay, I'm making some changes here, William. This is my fault. Give me a second. Okay, and that should have applied also to the on-air chat. Wait, did I think maybe I didn't save changes. God damn. Speak. Use voice activity. Save changes. Did I save changes on this one? Okay, that should work. I did this last time. Have a lot you want to say. Okay, William, I'm going to try bringing you back up into the on-air chat. There you go. Okay. Why is it booting you out? That's weird. William, are you moving back to the waiting room? Or is it moving you back to the waiting room? Because you're unmuted now.
It made me join again.
So if I move over to the on-air chat and I drag you up there, you're not moving yourself back into this one?
You gotta tell me where it is.
Well, I'm pulling you into it.
Yeah.
I click on air and then I drag you in. So let me try that real quick. And it just moves you back to waiting room. That's weird. Okay, well, I mean, let's just chat here, I guess. One of these days, I'm gonna figure out what's going on with my voice channels.
Can the people, the stream viewers hear you?
I might need to turn your voice up a little bit. Okay, they should be able to hear both of us now.
All right. Yeah, I want to say that I think they can be an economic and existential threat to people. I'm an existentialist and a distributist, so I look at things a little differently.
Okay, let me ask you some like upfront questions. You want me to call you William?
Yeah, that's cool. Or Will, either one's fine.
Can I get your age and pronouns?
25, he, him.
Cool. You mind telling me what part of the world you're from?
North America.
Cool. Okay, so who are you saying can be an existential threat?
Well, in this context, conservatives, but I think a lot of people can, but that might get contentious.
Okay, so you're saying conservatives can be an existential threat.
In the context of your video title, I would say that they can be an existential threat. The ones in power, definitely.
Okay, but my title is specifically MAGA.
MAGA, yeah, they can be, but I think the civilians, I think they're mostly just like shallow normies, or they just don't wanna, or they're just ignorant and don't know what they're talking about.
Do you ever think that there's a reasonable basis to hold people accountable for the people that they find worthy of support?
We should definitely hold people accountable.
No, should we hold them accountable for the people they support? Like, should we like should there be a transitive property of what the people they support do?
I didn't vote for Trump myself because I didn't want to feel responsible for whatever bullshit he did. So I'd say yes.
Maddie's asking, what are civilians? What do you mean by civilians? Just non-politicians?
I wanted to make a contrast between civilians and politicians and powerful
people who have the power to make change.
Yeah.
Okay.
They're both responsible, but in different ways.
The Truth Social video today, would you consider that an example of hate?
Oh yeah, he posted the video with Barack Obama and Michelle. I found it inappropriate.
Inappropriate was an example of hate?
Hate? I mean, I think he was being hateful to those two people, but not necessarily all black people.
Those two people, and the only clip that was shared of a 1 minute long video was a 2-second video of those two people.
Oh, for clarification, I did not watch the video. I just saw it on Facebook of like a picture.
Well, according to him, he didn't make a mistake, but didn't watch that part of the video, but handed it off to an intern who posted only the 2 seconds that were Barack and Michelle Obama, who, by the way, Trump was the lead voice in America in challenging the nationality of Barack Obama, the first African-American president. So do you don't think these are examples of hate?
I think he hates Obama. I think with Kamala, he was just...
But why does the hate for Obama take such racial tones?
It's a good question.
And then what about the time where he said black people are lazy?
Yeah. I think he has said... I don't know everything he said, but I know he said some inappropriate...
Was his dad arrested at a KKK rally?
His dad? Okay.
Yeah,
there's a lot of information that's new to me because I'm not as involved in politics as I used to be.
And publications at the time said that he was a robed attendant of the KKK rally.
Oh.
Yeah.
Maybe, I don't know. They do stuff that we don't know about, so that's possible.
And what about when he called African nations shithole countries?
Yeah, I didn't like that, what he said about Nigeria. I mean, it's in a bad state, but there's a lot of good people over there, so I didn't... he has
was
a
it
weird
Puerto Rico chat that they said was full of trash at his rally?
Czech trash. I'm Czech, so I don't like that.
No, I said Puerto Rico. That's pretty different from...
I still don't like that.
Yeah? Was it Haiti? Haiti's full of trash?
The country?
Yeah.
I heard it was a joke,
and then there's the fact that he is...
I personally didn't like that he said that. It did bother me a little bit.
There's also the fact that, like, for the moment, disregarding the whole immigration issue, there's the fact that he has authorized...
We can get into that too, though.
Hold on.
I don't mind.
Yeah, no, I'm just saying for the moment disregarding it.
Yeah.
The fact that he has authorized his DOJ and the executive arms of the state to violate people's Fourth Amendment rights on the basis of skin color.
Yeah, I don't think that... I think he's... he has like a persecution complex. Like he's like, all these people were coming at me, so now I can get my revenge. And then...
Which people, though?
He does the thing that he complains about. That's what I think.
Which people, though?
Democrats. He wants to get back at Democrats and woke and Marxists, but then he labels everyone those things. So it's kind of...
Sure, and he goes after different people in different ways, but do you think that all of the people that ICE is detaining, Do you like when they are stopping people of brown skin? Do you think they're all Democrats? Do you think
No.
he thinks they're all Democrats? He knows what his demographics are.
No, I think
he knows where he polls.
Yeah, I don't think it's a. He might think it is. He might have like a
no. He knows what his demographics are.
Brain.
He knows his voting base. The dude is obsessed with his voting base.
He does. I think he deports some right-wing Latinos sometimes.
Deports right-wing. Yeah, absolutely he does. He doesn't care. What about the time when he said that an immigrant population was eating cats and dogs?
Yeah, I didn't like. I live in Ohio, and I gotta tell you, there's a lot of good Haitian people over here. I love them.
And conservative Muslims.
Conservative.
And
Muslims.
when he started his political career by calling for a Muslim ban.
Muslim ban. Yeah, I don't know what I think about that one. I got my own opinions on immigration.
And coming full circle all the way back around to the video that was posted today on Truth Social, the whole monkey African-American thing is part of historical American racism. It is just blatant.
You want me to give you an answer on Trump in particular or MAGA as a collective?
That's where we're starting. I'm asking you, how much does that person display racial hate?
This individual.
Yeah, this
individual. I think he can be very prejudiced. I don't know if he hates people though. I don't know, but
well, then I just can't take you seriously, William. I'm sorry. Like we just went over all these examples. It's a joke to say that he doesn't hate these people. He's willing to bring the arm of American justice against them. Use state force against them because of their skin color. I don't know how you can call that anything but hate.
Yeah, but I haven't seen evidence that it's for their color.
He is allowing ICE, he's allowing the DOJ to violate people's Fourth Amendment rights based on what they look like.
Okay, give it. I think he's hateful to Native Americans sometimes. I'll give you that.
Okay. That's a very specific thing. Like we didn't even bring up an example of Native American people.
Oh, the ICE was.
But I mean, I guess they're included in that because if they are brown-skinned enough, then people will stop them and detain them. They will stop them and ask them for papers or identification based on the color of their skin. And according to President Trump, that is okay.
Yeah, so we should go to specific ethnic groups. Like, I don't think he's hateful to like every person, every category of color.
Does he hate one? At least one?
I don't, there's a difference between mistreating and hating.
Then I think that is a difference without substance.
I would agree, but like, you can be mean to somebody but not hate them. You know what I mean?
That's a difference without substance.
Yeah, but hatred is when you like don't like them and you have an intense hatred.
Well, at this point, I would just disagree with you that this person would go to these great lengths to do this to people consistently across decades, across generations.
Yeah, I think he's
and not hate those people. If you contend otherwise, then I can't take you seriously. What?
I think he's taking out his anger on Democrats, on black people.
Why them?
Because they're a hot political topic. I think, that can be a little prejudice, or you guys think racist, but it can be very prejudiced, but I don't think it is hateful.
Well, okay. For just a moment, I don't want to just disregard your failure to identify this as hate. But
I'm not saying it's not hateful. I'm just saying I haven't seen full evidence for it. I don't know the guy.
You have listened to it here. What you're saying is not serious. It is not a rational position.
No, you guys.
How much does a person have to do to show you that they hate someone?
Definitions of these words.
How much does someone have to do to show you that they hate someone?
Well, they don't have to just hurt them. They have to have intense
Hurt them
dislike
because of who they are? Hurt them because of immutable characteristics they have? Are they hating them for some like thing they said or did? No, they're not.
I'm thinking about that one because
yeah, Maddie, that's what I'm trying to get to. How can you be racially prejudiced without having racial hatred?
I'm not trying to make this similar, but I'm a neurodivergent person.
Me too. Let's go. High five in the screen. Let's go. I've got so many letters, dude.
Right. If somebody's mean to me, I don't think it's necessarily because I'm autistic. But then with the racial thing, I think it's more about
if he's targeting autistic people. If he's targeting autistic people.
Culture. Wait. No. Look, prejudice. I think you can be prejudiced to culture.
What is the culture of brown-skinned people, dude?
So they have a lot of different cultures.
Yeah, they do. So what does that have to do with the color of their skin?
No, I don't think your skin color determines your culture.
I know. But people's Fourth Amendment rights are being violated based on the color of their skin.
You talking about immigration or him saying mean stuff online?
I'm talking about detaining people, asking people for papers because of the color of their skin.
Yeah, but most of the time they're illegal
deporting people because of the color of their skin. What?
Most of the time they're illegal immigrants.
No, not most of the time. It doesn't matter, dude. You can't be stopped because of the color of your skin and asked for identification. Yeah, that's a violation of your rights.
But I think you're getting the wrong information. Most of the time it's not like that.
Are they authorized to do that by the president?
By the president, yes. It's legally ambiguous.
That's a violation of your rights and mine. And it is hateful of the people that are being targeted by it. Oh yeah, dude, they also hate neurodivergent people. I remember when RFK during
right. Yeah, RFK is an asshole to us, but I haven't seen evidence that Trump is.
Okay, well, let's move over to RFK for just a second. Did RFK during the campaign say that people with ADHD should be and who are on SSRIs should go to re-education camps?
Yeah, I have ADHD, so that pissed me off.
Yeah, no shit. No shit it pissed you off. If I have ADHD, that pissed me off.
Yeah.
That was insane.
And they said they wouldn't let you bring in a cell phone to record all the abuse that happens.
Yeah, it sounds like we just keep agreeing on instances of hatred. And the people who voted for that hate those people and celebrate the politicians' hatred of them.
Yeah, I think people in the MAGA politicians can have hatred in them, but the civilians are more nuanced.
The civilians are wanting those people to hold the greatest power that our nation has. So they are lifting these people up. They are celebrating these people.
With them for letting them in, but I don't think they're necessarily hatred on an individual level.
What?
I haven't seen like a poll on what their opinions are. It's very ambiguous.
They are MAGA. They are supporting this movement.
Yeah, but it's a lot of different people that think they're on the same page and they're not. That's why they're so divided right now.
The people who voted for that, knowing what it was, are hateful
on the
people.
immigration stuff. Yeah, I'll just give you, a lot of them don't care about black people. I'll give you that. They're white focused.
Well, it's more than that. They hate them. They are okay with their rights being violated. They also hate
black people or Latino.
They also are okay. Hey, let's get this
natives
straight. They also celebrate when the left has their rights violated.
Okay, I'll give you that for a lot of like 40 to 50% dehumanize people that aren't like MAGA. I'll give you that.
What?
If almost half will dehumanize people that are not in the MAGA circle. I'll give you that.
People who identify as MAGA
there's a
what
level,
this man does, no matter what he does.
So what percentage of them would you think have hatred for left-wing
Anyone
people?
who still identifies as MAGA. If you do not hate these people, then you should be standing up for them. How much hatred are you willing to tolerate? Because I would say the amount that these people are not only tolerating but celebrating makes them hateful people.
Right. What's your definition of hatred, man? I don't know why you're getting so frustrated with me.
I'm frustrated with you because it seems like you agree on what all the facts are, but for some reason, you are willing to provide defense for the continuation
Trump,
of it.
Dude, I'm just saying I don't like the guy.
But you are because this person is very publicly.
I don't like him, dude. I didn't vote for him.
But you're defending him. Yet you are defending him.
I'm not defending him. That's ridiculous.
You are. That is what you're doing here. Because this person is being very publicly hateful and very publicly damaging to citizens and residents in his own country, people that he is supposed to be the defender
Trump
of.
can be hateful, but or are we talking about MAGA as a whole? That's different, dude.
Right, and MAGA is a celebration of Trump. Anyone who identifies as MAGA celebrates Trump. So to sit here and defend that movement as not perpetuating hate and instigating hate, not just perpetuating it, instigating it, is defending it. You're defending hate.
Do you celebrate Lyndon B. Johnson, the guy from the 60s? He was a racist. Does any Democrat who supports LBJ, are they hateful to black people?
Well, are they defending LBJ or certain policies of LBJ's? Because I doubt you'll find Democrats who just go, I love everything that LBJ did. He could do no wrong. Yeah, this is really weak whataboutism.
No, it's not.
It is. You want to point out something racist that LBJ said, and I will tell you, yeah, that dude hated people of color. He had hate. Wow. The MAGA supporters want more of this.
Yeah, I already told you there's a lot of people in the MAGA movement that are hateful, but I told you it's a very divided and diverse.
They may think different things about some things, but they still support all of this. They want more of this.
So what about like a moderate or weak LBJ for someone that celebrates him? What level are they at?
Talking about?
Do you know how destructive
There's nobody out here who is supporting LBJ.
Okay, don't curse at me or I'm leaving.
Oh. The LBJ thing is just, it is annoying.
He's not the only guy I can bring up. I can bring up more examples, dude.
Go for it. bring up one that's more relevant. Like, I don't know why we got to go back to the 60s, dude.
Well, the damage he caused is still lingering now.
But also, what does any of this have to do with MAGA being hateful? Are they or are they not? Whether or not someone else is does not change whether they are.
Collective, I'm not. I don't believe you can collectively be a whole group collectively has hatred.
Can you support Bill Cosby? Can you be a Bill Cosby fan in public and not be supporting who Bill Cosby was or is? I mean, even that's not similar, because what you're talking about is giving someone power. You are enabling greater power to hurt these people. That is what MAGA is. That's what they are doing. They are giving power to cause harm. That is what they're voting for. So if that's what you're voting for, then yes, every single one of them is hateful. Because the things that this man does to other people, to harm them, is not enough to budge these people against him. Wow. That is hate.
So black conservatives hate black people?
I didn't say conservatives. I said MAGA. I said MAGA.
Black MAGA. I'm talking about black MAGA.
Then yeah,
black Trump
there's such thing as self-hating. There's such thing as self-hating
all
people.
All of them hate their own people. That's what you're saying.
If they're MAGA, yes.
Can you prove that?
Yes, because they are giving power to someone who is intentionally hurting that group and publicly doing it because of who they are. What does it take to hate someone, dude? What does it take to show you that someone hates someone?
And
if it's not, you know what? Here's a good point. It doesn't have to be them. A black MAGA supporter doesn't have to do it because he hates black people, but hey, he sure does hate some other people too. I'm on board for that one, they say. So, you know what? You're right. I can't say that every black MAGA voter is self-hating, but they certainly do support some hate and want to elevate it to power.
Yeah, they mostly hate foreigners.
What? Okay, great. They're hateful people. I'm glad you agree.
I never said there wasn't hate in the MAGA movement.
To MAGA is to hate. Yeah, great.
To MAGA is to hate. Yeah, I don't know if I can agree with that because there's so many diverse perspectives right now.
And all of them include some hate. Let's talk about another one. Did you know that Clarence Thomas said that we should take another look at Obergefell?
Obergefell?
Do you know
the abortion stuff?
No. Well, it followed the abortion stuff. Do you know what Obergefell was?
I don't think all Democrats hate people, but a lot of them do.
I would agree with you. I don't think all conservatives hate people. I think a lot of what they support is extremely damaging, but I don't think it requires.
Yeah, I think both parties are very existentially destructive. I'll say that.
I don't know. I think voting for Democrats would be existentially, like, even if they aren't great, be existentially what's the word I'm looking for? I don't know, rebalancing. You would push the Overton window to the left so that we could actually, vote in some people that weren't horrible.
Yeah, the problem here is the lesser of two evils culture, where people think that less evil means not evil.
Voting for the lesser of two evils moves the conception of what evil is in the direction of the lesser evil. So when you vote for the lesser evil,
that's what people said about Trump, and look at what we're dealing with now.
What?
That's what people said about Trump.
But Trump was never the lesser of two evils objectively. Trump. He was never the lesser of two evils objectively, dude.
Objectively. Objective morality?
Objectively.
Objective morality?
Yeah.
So you believe in objective morality?
To the point where it would be a serious stance? Yeah, I don't believe it.
Which party aligns with objective morality consistently?
Neither.
Well, they're both in there. And how good or evil are both parties?
One's extremely, extraordinarily evil, and the other is evil on a couple of topics.
No, they're both extremely evil.
No, that's not serious.
Yeah, they are.
If you move the Overton window to the left, then what is normalized as extremely evil moves farther to the left. And then you start getting more normalized.
Does the left hate children? Does the left-wing people hate women?
No and no.
Do they hate men? Do they hate white people?
No.
I give you a lot of examples of things they've done to hurt them. Does that mean they hate them?
Did it hurt them, or did it equalize them with other people?
No, they've hurt them existentially for like the past 30 years.
How did they do that?
How did they? Which one? Start with one.
Whatever example you want to give, dude. Like I feel like we've landed on like we have landed the plane on whether or not MAGA is hateful. So yes, we can move on to another subject.
Children, yes, they don't care when let's see.
I'm gonna warn you that this is probably going to go to a place where you don't actually know what you're talking about. But go ahead.
No, I know what I'm talking about.
Go for it. Prove me wrong.
Let's say, anytime we try to criticize music, rap music, rock, it could be any genre. I'm not picking on one in particular, but anytime we try to make them, a little more positive or good role models, then they're like, oh no, yeah, they can say whatever, but then they actively discourage good messages. They say it's inappropriate to talk about. I'm not trolling. You didn't even let me finish.
You're opposed to free speech in art?
I'm not opposed to free speech, dude. We're talking about what's good for children.
What's good for children is what? Limiting free speech in art?
No, being a good role model is good for children.
Okay, so people have the ability to be good role models.
Yeah, they can make whatever art they want, but
what does this have to do with the left? I don't understand.
Because they make excuses for poor messages and music. They've made excuses for it.
So they advocate for people to have free speech in art?
No, they actively defend the bad messages and be like, oh yeah, it should be everywhere.
No one is saying bad messages should be everywhere. What are you talking about?
Well, they're more relativism. They haven't been able to see morality. What about
Did you finish that thought? I'm a little confused.
They've created a victim blaming, and they promote the corrupt school boards that promote victim blaming, and they coddle the violent
What
kid.
Are you talking about?
If like a kid is poor or something, then they make excuses for violent behavior.
The left does that? Can you point me to an article or something so I know what you're talking about? Because what you're saying, like, it isn't making sense.
When we criticize the school system, a lot of them, not everyone, a lot of them were getting on them and saying, "Oh, you're for criticizing the school system."
What is the criticism of the school system?
What is a criticism of the school system?
Yeah, you're being super vague constantly. I need to know, like, specifically what you're talking about. Which school board are we talking about? What issue are we talking about?
The propaganda and lies they teach the kids, and the moral relativism they teach the kids.
Okay, hold on, pause. Just like one claim at a time so I know exactly what you're talking about. What propaganda are they teaching kids?
What propaganda?
Yeah.
A lot of Marxist and globalist stuff.
What school is teaching kids Marxism?
Well, it's definitely in the colleges. It may not be every local high school.
Okay, so are they in? Is it kids or not kids?
I'm looking this up right now. I gotta give me a minute.
It sounds like you believe a lot of stuff about the left that the right says about the left that isn't true of the left.
No, I believe what I've seen and what I've looked into.
Then you probably need to read more critically, is what I'm going to guess. And yeah, Maddie, beyond that, like, teaching Marxism isn't advocacy for Marxism. It is teaching an economic theory.
Yeah, you can teach it, but you shouldn't say, like, subtly try to make it.
And your evidence that someone has been doing that is.
Yeah, I know the right wing does it too, and I get on them for it too.
But what's the evidence that somebody has been doing this and that it has been a position of the left?
Well, see, my whole point is that not every person in a political identity does.
We can get to what Marxism is in a second, guys. Sorry, go ahead.
Marxism? Well, there's economic Marxism, political Marxism. So, what type do you want to talk about?
Which one are you concerned with?
Both, but more so the cultural.
Okay, explain
because
cultural
maybe
Marxism.
Maybe a little bit of the economic stuff is kind of based. So I'll more about the culture stuff.
Explain cultural Marxism.
Cultural Marxism is when you have revisionist history to make tradition always the bad thing, and
sorry, what class is this taught in?
You make people worse than they make everything about, like, race or
Is it my audio that's cutting? Hold on, give me 1 second. I'm gonna reboot my audio.
You only talk about what white people did wrong and not.
Okay. Cultural. Okay. First off, I'm just gonna make it clear up front. You're gonna argue with me. That's fine. I need to make it clear to you up front. Cultural Marxism isn't a fucking thing. But go ahead and tell me, what aspect of cultural Marxism are they teaching, and what class is it taught in?
Okay, well, response is that I'm more concerned about cultural globalism.
Well, let's get to that in a second. Hold on, we're addressing one point at a time. What you brought up was cultural Marxism. You said you were concerned with it. I want to know where they're teaching it. Huh? What?
It's been teaching slavery.
Your audio's cutting out a lot, homie.
Segregation. Oh, I'm here. So they teach misinformation about slavery, segregation, racial tensions about history.
Pause. What is the misinformation about slavery? You keep talking about more vague things. I need to know what lies you're talking about.
Okay. Okay, American slavery was very brutal, but they always want to make it like America is an evil racist country to its core, and then they don't want to get into like the Arabic countries and the Latino countries.
Hold on. Pause. America is a rotten, evil country to its core. What class has that ever been taught in?
They don't say it, but they always got negative things to say when it comes to history.
History contains negative things.
Yeah, but they overly focus on it. That's my point.
I'm sorry.
And then people have this, and then kids grow up with this idea that the past was all just racist.
For what extent
and
of American history has slavery been a thing?
Before we were a country, there was a lot of it, and then
sure, yeah,
it took like 100 years to go away once we became a country. Well, not even 100, like 80 to 90.
And did it go away?
For the most part, there was still some demeaning things they did to black women, like in mating jobs.
But you see, one thing that was left in the 13th Amendment was that they can make prisoners, or they can make prisoners into slaves.
Yeah, I didn't say it went away
that changed the prison demographic greatly. And okay, what? Go ahead.
And I know it's still here in various forms.
And has it targeted a specific group of people largely over the course of the entirety of American history? Are people still dealing with the fallout of that practice?
Yes, but it's not just America that has it in our history. It's all over the world, dude.
Are we teaching it in American history?
Yes, but we shouldn't teach it as like a unique American thing because it's been all.
Who said it was unique? It is just a foundational aspect of America and American culture and the American economy.
But it's like almost every country historically.
We're teaching American history.
Yeah, but the problem is when you're not getting what I'm saying. The problem is the overly negative view of history, and you're making kids have to view it negatively also instead of.
Well, I hope the kids are learning that slavery is negative.
They can be told that slavery is negative, but they shouldn't be told to look at history through the lens of slavery.
I hope that people look at history as a persistent struggle against oppression. Okay, so it should constantly contain negativity. We should be able to find bright spots in it.
That would be Marxist. You have to acknowledge that is a Marxist thought that you have.
That has nothing to do with Marx, but
yes, it does. I mean, I agree that is a strong component of history, but if you primarily look at that, that's Marxist.
Sorry, what did Marx say about this?
He was more focused on economic.
Okay, so what did he say about this?
Cultural Marxism came as the neo-Marxist stuff mostly.
What did Marx have to say about this?
Let me look it up. Marx about oppression, or is that what you're asking me?
Marx about how history.
Yeah, he made it all about classism. He made it all about classism.
Okay.
He focused more on classism than racial identity and culture and feminism and stuff. He didn't support LGBT. So he's more economic focused than the contemporary Marxist, neo-Marxist.
Okay, how should slavery in America be taught?
An institution that we used to have, and how it affected people. We shouldn't just tell we should also tell how we fought against it, moved past it, and that
We
there's a
haven't
lot
moved
of people
past it.
that
We are
it
in the
didn't support
process of
it, that
moving
it
past
wasn't.
it
You
still.
shouldn't tell them that it was all white people. It was white people and
Who
Jews and
says
some
it's
black
all
people
white
too.
people?
Well, there was a rumor like 5 years ago that like every white person had a ancestor that was a slave owner.
Every position the right has about the left is a rumor, like what you're talking about. This isn't a thing that people teach in academia.
I'm not saying everyone thought that, but it was like
this isn't a leftist position.
Controversial opinion that was going around. They were bullying people into.
What are you talking about?
I'm not saying it was a normie opinion, but it was going around.
What was the rumor? What was the rumor? Because I don't understand.
That every white person today had an ancestor who was a slave owner. Like, so you inherently have that in your
no person has ever believed that.
No, I've talked to black people who believe that.
They believe that every white person in America had a slave-owning ancestor?
Relative, yes.
They may say that. I doubt they think that. And if they're saying it, they're not thinking. So they don't think it. It's not a critical position. And okay, so these rando people you've talked to, does that translate to a leftist position? And does it translate to actually teaching this in schools?
It's a problem when you only focus on a minority being hurt, and then you make the majority, when they're existentially hurt, you weaken, diminish that, and minimize it.
Who's every
human, I value all human life. Christian, secular, white, black.
Hey, dude,
man,
let me tell you. I'll come out and say it. I agree with you. So who's doing that?
Republicans and Democrats. They do that.
No, they don't.
A lot. Yes, they do.
What is an example
of
what you're talking about?
They devalue human life.
What is an example of what you're talking about?
They have stupid culture wars.
Culture wars is not a devaluation of human life.
Not necessarily, but the Democrat-Republican stuff is. Most of it.
Yeah, two dudes 5 years ago told some nonsense, and now the Democratic Party and left wing must be held accountable.
I didn't say that. I said that was something the left was doing.
I was asking for evidence of it, and you were like, there was a rumor. I asked for evidence that something happened, and you said there was a rumor a few years ago.
No, one of my teachers said it in high school.
Said what?
That your ancestors probably owned slaves. Not in a mean way, but that's what she believed.
Great. Does your high school teacher saying that make it a leftist position?
It's definitely at least a left-leaning opinion.
In that it has an interest in egalitarianism, I guess so.
Yeah, yeah.
Like you may say that in the interest of egalitarianism.
Yeah, I didn't think she hated white people just because she said that.
Yeah, and like saying that like probabilistically, if you're a white person in America and you have generations back in America, like statistically somebody in your family owned slaves, like that's not a bad guess.
No, it's a stupid guess. It was like the elites that did it. Not most people weren't involved in that stuff. They're taking care of their families.
Okay, but how big do you think like how many different families do you think there were in early American history? There were probably poor people who knew rich people in their family who owned slaves.
Like a friend of a friend?
No, like somebody in your family. Like in early America, in early America, there weren't that many families around.
Most white people are immigrants.
There were also people who owned one or two who weren't that well off. Dude, I'm just gonna tell you, like, the left isn't supporting this position. The left isn't demonizing white people.
It was 5 years ago they were saying it, but then they like to be fake, and no, there was nobody doing that.
The left doesn't hate white people, dude.
Now they're trying to sound more in touch with the culture.
No, that's just because the rumor wore off. Like if you keep hearing a bunch of bullshit, if you just keep hearing a bunch of bullshit that isn't substantiated by anything, after a few years, you're going to stop believing it because you never saw any evidence of it. That's what's happening.
What about women?
What about women?
They tell young women that they need to get a full-time career, and they for a while there they were being disrespectful to their feminine. They were telling women it's bad to be feminine, and they were shaming women.
No, they don't.
By a feminine personality.
This is just a lie. It's not true.
No, I've seen it.
You may see random people say that. That doesn't make it a leftist position. The position is that people should be free to express themselves however they want to. If that means going out and having a career, if it means going out and having a career, women should be empowered to do that. If they want to stay at home and be a homemaker, they should also be empowered to do that.
5 years ago, they were shaming women.
That's not the left. You're talking about random people.
Oh, they were mean to women subtly.
They were mean to women subtly. Who did this? Yeah, why does everything keep happening 5 years ago?
That I'm talking about when Democrats were in power, because that's when I can see the effects of their behavior.
So are you saying people in power said this? Or were you just sitting in the gripe machine?
I'm trying to remember everything that was going on back then.
Okay. I need you consistently going forward in your life to more critically think about the things you hear people claim about other people. You need evidence, my guy. Look for a headline about a specific leader of whatever group you're talking about supporting a position and seeing how their supporters feel about them saying that thing.
I don't make collective claims.
Bullshit, my guy. You've been sitting here saying what the left says. You said the left hates women, the left hates white people.
I also told you I know not all Democrats and liberals are like that.
Okay, but it's also not the majority position.
It's always varying numbers.
It's also not like a substantial position. You're talking about a fringe issue at most.
Everybody's got to make excuses for the Democrat side.
Hey, dude, I asked you for evidence. If you give me evidence, I'm not going to excuse it.
Yeah, and I hold them both accountable.
Then show me the evidence of what I need to hold them accountable for. I've asked you for what a leader has said. Can you show me a leader saying that women need to go get jobs and shaming them for not doing that?
I was talking about civilian behavior.
Okay. Then how do you know that it is a major movement of the left? If people on the left are not gaining power who hold those positions, how can you say that that's a major position of the left?
Hold on, I'm looking up damaging things Obama has done.
You're looking at what?
I'm looking up things that Obama did that were damaging.
So we're doing an open whataboutism, all right?
You know, he was a pro-black chud who targeted Latinos.
What?
He was a pro-black chud that targeted Latinos.
In what way did he target Latinos?
Supporting a lot of them.
How is that targeting Latinos and not immigrants?
No, he specifically was concerned about Latinos.
Oh, when did he say that? Also, hey, I think Obama probably deported too many people. This is how whataboutism works. How often does whataboutism work with the left, where you say, what about this person on the left? And the person on the left usually goes,
So
well,
you
yeah,
think he
fuck
was
them
too
for that.
tough on immigration? Is that what you're saying? I'm looking into it right now. Half of Latinos say they had a mixed views on Obama.
Yeah,
so
he
they
was,
felt some
he
hatred
was
from
too
him.
hard on immigration.
They must have felt some hatred from him.
He must have felt hatred for them?
No, they must have felt like had some hatred for him.
The Latino population must have had some hatred for Obama?
No, they must have felt like him, regardless of if it was true.
They must have felt hated by him?
Yes.
Okay. Based on what?
What? Well, he targeted Latinos. He was concerned about, let's see, how they impact black communities. I'm concerned about Latinos.
How Latinos impacted black communities? This is something Obama
he was
said?
more worried.
Yeah, Obama also did all the drone strikes and shit. Yeah, you're not gonna hear me sit here and defend Obama. This is how whataboutism works, dude. When I say I have when I say I have a moral stance, when I say I have a moral stance, and then you ask if I would apply that to another person, I'm like, yes.
You know how many people of color Obama killed in his...
What are you trying to say? Are you trying to say that I don't have a consistent standard? Because fuck Obama for using drones. Fuck him for all the people he killed.
Yeah, he was hateful sometimes.
I don't see evidence that he was hateful.
Well, he hated a lot of people. He hated America. You think hating your...
That's such an unserious thing to say, my guy. How did Obama... What's the evidence that Obama hated America?
Agendas that hurt their communities.
What is the evidence that Obama hated America?
His behavior.
I'll sit here and wait, dude.
See, and a lot of when he talks, he's trolling.
I'll sit here and wait, dude. I asked you for evidence.
Right now, I'm reading The Guardian.
Chat, my watch isn't on. But I'll look at it anyway.
Now, this is just saying America's post-racial illusion, which I agree with. Post-racial is a liberal illusion.
I'll wait.
There's always going to be racial identity, so that's stupid. Barack Obama, the racial arsonist.
I'll wait.
Heritage Foundation. I don't know if that's a good source. National Interest. Do you trust that source?
I'll listen to any source, and if I think it's questionable, then we'll look to what their source was and how they did things. I'm not going to discredit just any source.
Google gives me a hard time, so I'm trying to find a good one.
You're right, Maddie. Like, if there is a source that I just will not trust on any issue, it is the Heritage Foundation. You're right. But I'll listen to a story from like any other source, and then if I think it's questionable what they said, then we'll look at other sources and we'll look at how they figured out what they're reporting. That's not to say that I won't believe it. I can't believe that I'm sitting here on air waiting to hear evidence that Obama hated America. I don't even know what that evidence looks like. I can definitely say Trump hates America because he is dismantling all of the virtues that America is supposed to hold to. Egalitarianism, democracy, a weak executive, checks and balances, equal representation as the president of people on both sides of the aisle. You know, like withholding federal funds from blue states because they're blue states. That's not American. Rights? Dude hates rights. Dude just straight up hates the Constitution. Dude said we should throw out all of the rules in the Constitution. Dude said maybe you need a dictator sometimes. Yeah, wants to nationalize voting. Dude hates federalism. I would have thought the conservatives would have been against a presidential candidate that is anti-federalism. What are our values, guys? Federalism, democracy, egalitarianism, liberalism. Yeah, MAGA isn't conservatism. That's true. No, it's radical. It's not conservative in any way. It's right-leaning, but it's not conservative. Marxism, that's one of America's core values. I wasn't expecting the silence to be this long. No rush, William. I'm just checking in. You still there, my guy? He appears to have... Oh, wait. William, I see the ring on your Discord image lighting up, but I don't hear you. If you're talking and I can't hear you, let me know in the YouTube chat so I can be sure. Wait, who said MAGA is Marxist? What? Who's supporting that MAGA is Marxist? What huh? You are talking? Well, maybe you need to refresh your Discord and come back. Because for whatever reason, your audio is not coming through. Well, that was a really long silence, and I don't know how long it actually was. Yeah, MAGA is just anti-American at this point. What?
Can you hear me now? I'm here.
I hear you.
All right.
Did you find evidence that Obama hates America?
I agree that they're. Yeah, I agree with like at least half of it's anti-American.
How is the other half not?
I just don't know enough about all the different perspectives they have yet.
Okay. What do you
I'm
consider?
still getting to know. I don't know. I don't talk to them as much as I used to, so I don't have a full picture of it.
What do you consider to be core American values? Or at least let's start with how can we know what core American values
Like
are?
things that we need to preserve for us to function. Is that what you mean?
Well, not how.
Okay.
Not to function. I just mean, what was America established to be? That we have, like, we encoded those values into what America is. How would we know? Like, first question is, how would we know?
Culturally or systematically?
Well, America is, well, I mean, number one, America is supposed to be pluralist. So I don't know to what degree cultural should come into it at all.
I don't know what pluralist means.
Pluralist means accepting of vast ranges of people of different backgrounds and opinions.
Oh yeah, we're supposed to be tolerant.
I don't know tolerant, but pluralist. Like, the people are supposed to be able to live here and hold their opinions.
Yes, we're supposed to. Yeah, we're supposed to be accepting of like different identities, but we don't have to literally accept everything if a person is really mean and destructive.
Wait, one more time?
I'm saying we don't have to literally accept everything. Like if someone's destructive and mean and stuff.
Right. We don't, like, so an American position would be like, whether or not you hate this opinion, you want to allow people to live here and hold that opinion.
Yeah, you got to let people you don't like express themselves so you can express yourself.
So that would be pluralist.
Yeah.
Would you say that the Trump regime is pluralist?
Would I say they're pluralist? Not really each other.
Whoa, sorry, your audio clipped there. What?
They're pluralist only for conservative people. They don't care about non-conservatives as much. Like there's some centrists and libertarians they're cool with, but there's been more tension now because
MAGA is
I've been
anti-pluralist.
more angry and pissed off with them nowadays. So they haven't been getting along as much.
I don't know, Evelyn, but so MAGA is anti-pluralist?
Yes, I agree with that.
Okay. For instance, a lot of them would say people aren't coming here and embracing our culture. I don't know what the fuck they mean by that, but okay. What else?
Oh yeah, I have a lot of opinions on that kind of stuff.
Okay, so are you anti-pluralist?
Like I believe in culture and community.
What is American culture, dude?
What is American culture?
Yeah.
There's a lot of
I guess
cultures.
If anyone, I would say Trump and Trump supporters are against American culture.
Yes, their MAGA subculture has been pretty anti-American. And when you say that, are you asking what I think it should be or what I think our big culture is right now?
Well, so it just takes us back around in a circle to what are American values. So what are some other American values and how do we know?
Like at our root.
Yeah.
Like whenever we started out or the current contemporary culture.
Like what is a through line for what the people
right now we don't have much value. We're a nihilistic nation right now.
I don't know that I agree that that's true. But what values were made when America was made? What values were dude, let me finish the thought.
Okay.
When America was made, what values were built into it that were intended to last for posterity? To go into the future. Individualism. How do you know that that's an American value?
Let me think. I think we can be too individualist, but I do think that
I guess first I have to ask, what do you mean when you say individualism?
Individualism. I guess the American individualist would be like being yourself, hard work, not um
So is
being
activism
yourself and hard work.
anti-individualist?
Who?
Is activism anti-individualist?
No, I'd say
Okay.
that's an in between of collectivist and individualist. It's the middle ground,
Okay.
and that's a good thing because I am in the I am in the I am a centrist for both of those things.
Oh
Like
yeah, how do you feel
humanitarian.
about labor unions?
I don't know. I guess it depends on how they operate. Remember, I
Uh,
told you I'm a distributist, so I'm very passionate about workers' rights.
okay. How
I
can
think Trump might.
workers maintain those rights without having collective representation?
Oh, I'm not saying they shouldn't.
Okay. But I mean that's collectivist.
Yeah, I'm collectivist on some things.
Okay, so does that mean individualism is an American value, or is that like a personal personal value?
I heard it was in our foundation,
Well, where?
like the philosophy of when we started, and
Where?
that's what I see. So I grew up with seeing that as a common idea. So
Well, I agree that that's a common refrain, but where is it in the structure of what America is? I mean, it's also a common refrain that Americans have and have always had a
uh,
Second Amendment individual right to keep and bear arms. That wasn't an idea until the 1980s, pushed by the NRA.
yeah, it says here, originated colonial desires for self-determination, evolving through Jacksonian democracy. American culture values. I don't. I would say we Christian maybe, but that's
Definitely not
complicated
that.
because
Definitely not that. Don't go there.
um,
Because
American
the actual American
like the root.
infrastructure, actual American
Yeah.
infrastructure was designed to not be Christian. It was specifically designed to not be Christian. It was designed to be
Now, hold
secular.
on, man. I'm not an expert on 1700s culture.
Okay. Well, I'm here to tell you that America was not designed to be Christian. Again, we come back around to it was designed to be pluralist. They intentionally made the federal government and later the state governments.
The founding fathers were hypocritical because they would like be secular themselves, but then
No.
pressure the
Opposite of that,
civilians
actually.
to be
Opposite of
Christian.
that. And it's not hypocritical. What they did was, in public, they would say things like, this nation cannot survive without being built on the backs of moral Christian people. The populace needs to be moral and Christian. But then for the government, they made sure it was secular. So America,
Yeah, I think we're kind of saying the same thing.
But that's not hypocritical. And they made, in that sense, they made America.
Yeah, but they pressured the common people to be Christian
in public, so America itself is secular, but they advocated for a social movement for Christianity. But America is secular. They wanted people of other faiths to be here.
Yeah.
Maybe they even wanted to convert them. But not
yeah, but that's because we were resisting the Catholic oppression from Europe.
No. A lot of people were running away from the Anglican Church.
Oh, it was more than one, but there was a couple of problematic denominations that they were trying to get away from.
Right, and like every state had its own like clusters of people of different religious faiths.
Yes, we should be localist again.
Okay. So federalist, that's another American value.
Not mine.
It's one that we've lost a lot of connection with, but I think it's extremely important.
It's not me though.
Why?
I'm more localist.
But that's what federalism is. It is a distribution of powers across large and small bodies of government.
I guess there's one thing I agree with federalists on, but I usually disagree with them.
That's just what federalism is.
No, federalism is the big. Well, I don't like. Okay, I'll say I don't like
the Federalist Society. Because that's an organization.
I don't like centralized federal power right now.
That's not what
back then it was more nuanced. Yeah, back then it was more nuanced.
So centralized federal power would be anti-federalist.
It probably would have been both back then, a mix of
it depends on. I guess it depends on which version of like the word federalism you're talking about. But the lasting historical idea of federalism in America is supposed to be like state governments have their own rights, the federal government has its own powers. Federal government can't interfere with things that are in the state realm. States can't interfere with things that are in the federal realm. Like Trump wanting to nationalize elections.
Like having space and boundaries. That's good.
What?
They should have space and boundaries. The federal government shouldn't be controlling everybody.
I agree. Because we're watching what happens right now.
Yes.
It's bad. But suddenly, a bunch of the right wing wants to have a powerful executive, which is against American values.
I think Trump might hate poor people and working class people.
Yeah, MAGA hates them too. Well, MAGA hates poor people. I don't know about working class people. I think a lot of the working class people are just tricked into stuff. You think? Well, he does say that he. Well, I
love working class.
Well, he appreciates them giving him power, but he also is fine with hurting them. So I would say that.
Yeah, he uses them. He's an asshole.
Semi-privately, like stupid people love me, right? Is that what he said? Welcome, Optimus. Good to see you. So, did you find evidence that Obama hated America?
I found an article, but anytime I try to read it, you can't hear me talk because I'm in a different tab.
Well, you can copy and paste the link into the Discord.
All right.
And post it in general. Barack Obama, one of America's worst presidents in U.S. history? Well, not by most historians' perspective.
Wait, hold on. I was supposed to give you the Center for American Progress.
God, when things are named like that, you should probably start by not trusting them. If things are named to get
So I guess I'll send you two.
When things are named to get an emotional response from you, that's not a good sign. Which, just like every Trump executive order, just like every Republican bill. I mean, Democrats do that some too, but...
Yeah, see, I tried to give Obama a chance when I was little, but then he disappointed me.
My grandfather said he didn't vote for Obama because he was black and laughed about it. That is my main memory of my grandfather.
Oh, I thought you said your grandpa started saying he was black.
What?
I thought you said your grandpa was black and then didn't vote for Obama because he thought he was anti-black.
My grandfather was definitely not black.
He was white?
He was hella white.
Is Obama anti-black?
And then his son drew racist gerrymandering maps in the 70s.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
I think Obama promoted things that were anti-black.
Like,
let's see.
Wise beyond his years and highly intelligent, no drama, Obama refrained from the chaos of the Trump years and led the country with aplomb, his fans would say. The what? Who would say this? But not everyone agrees. Barack Obama, the GOP are no fans, but Republicans saw a much different picture of Barack Obama. Yeah, racist picture of Barack Obama. Some in the GOP would consider him one of the worst presidents ever, probably because of the tan suit. Maybe the worst president ever. Okay, now that's just getting racist. At that point, that's just racist. He was condescending and arrogant, GOP critics believe. We're building steam. We're building steam. We're building steam. Okay. I'm just going to trust that we're building steam. He splintered the country in two and left many ordinary Americans not part of his elitist coalition out of his plans. He campaigned as an uniter and moderate, but governed as a divider and leftist. There were also several scandals that bruised the country. Okay, is it the tan suit? Let's just open that one. Another tab. Allow me to remind you of some of the most terrible aspects of the Obama presidency. The Benghazi attacks. The worst event of the Obama presidency was the Benghazi tragedy. This happened on September 11th, 2012, at the U.S. consulate in Benghazi, Libya. Members of the terrorist group Ansar al-Sharia attacked the diplomatic compound in a pre-planned coordinated raid that killed Ambassador to Libya Christopher Stevens and a State Department worker named Sean Smith. At best, this is an example of, at worst, this is an example of incompetence. At worst, it is not hating America. Then in the early morning of September 12th, another terrorist attack at a CIA annex nearby featured mortars and heavy gunfire. This action was also premeditated and coordinated. At CIA contractors, added a word there. CIA contractors Tyrone S. Woods and Glenn A. Doherty died in the battle. There are... Hold on, guys. I want to pause for a second. The number of people that died in Benghazi, that the GOP harped about for years, how many people was it?
3,000.
In Benghazi?
Probably a few thousand.
It was like Manny said, it was like 4.
4 people or 400 or 4,000?
4. People were
4 individuals.
The GOP got super upset at Obama and his administration for letting like 2 U.S. troops get killed and 1 ambassador get killed. And I'm not minimizing that. I'm not minimizing that at all. What? Huh?
We shouldn't let any of our people get killed.
No, we shouldn't. I'm not minimizing this at all. That's not my point. It was terrible. No one should have died. It was terrible. But then they were harping on this for years and years and years about this number of deaths. And now they want to look at Renee Good and Alex Preddy and say, well, some Americans are going to die in this.
Yeah, that becomes hateful.
This is I never want to hear about Benghazi ever again.
I'm curious about what is their threshold, like what protest. Like I want.
Oh my God, they were security contractors. Oh my God, they weren't even U.S. troops.
Like when do they think it's appropriate to just kill a protester? Because that's getting scary.
Yeah, public executions. It's great.
I promote good protester behavior, but like, say someone's protesting, they're a little loud, but they're not like
good protester behavior.
Not destroying anything. Are they gonna kill them? I don't know.
Yeah.
Awful.
Yeah. It's terrible. And I want to say, like, I take notes in Claude a lot. And every time that I mention public executions in Claude comes back and is like, well, I should warn you about your speech there. Legally, it is distinct from a public execution. And I'm like, I would disagree, because you're talking about there has to be a prosecution, and there has to be a sentencing for there to be a prosecution. I'm telling you, there was a prosecution and sentencing. It just wasn't done with any authority to do that. The executive arm of the state executed somebody after determining that it itself was judge, jury, and executioner. I think that's an execution.
Vigilante.
I think it is an execution without authority.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, that was just a rant on my part. There are many aspects of the attacks. We can just skip this one, right? We can move on from Benghazi.
Yeah, I don't know anything about Benghazi, so we can skip that.
IRS weaponization against Tea Party groups. The second most damaging scandal of Obama's presidency was the IRS effort to deny nonprofit tax designation to right-leaning groups who were part of the Tea Party movement against, I don't know.
Was he authoritarian about taxation, or was he moderate?
What do you mean authoritarian about taxation? What do you consider authoritarian on taxation?
Like, did he unilaterally decide what is appropriate taxation, or was it democratically discussed?
That the president can't implement tax policy on his own.
Okay.
That has to be done by Congress. The president can push tax policy. He was right-wing on taxation. He didn't cut taxes for the rich, but he didn't tax the rich more like he should have. Agreed.
Does he hate poor people?
I would have to find evidence for that. Let me guess, this website doesn't mention once the long-running smear campaign and witch hunt for Obama and his birth certificate, right? Tea Party, by definition, is not a non-profit charity or organization because it is nothing but a political group. Yeah, a political group can't be a non-profit. It's created an environment in which it would be more difficult for these conservative groups to raise money during the lead up to Obama's re-election campaign. You can't be a nonprofit and push for political campaigns. A criminal investigation was organized against the IRS official in question, Lois Lerner. Republicans claimed that conservative groups were targeted by the IRS and that the agency had been weaponized by the Obama administration. This is the type of thing that the right wing loves to do, like we saw in Minnesota. Minnesota, that has 1/3 of... Huh?
I love Minnesota. I'm sad that it's in a divided state right now.
What do you think about the corruption in Minnesota?
I don't like it.
Can you tell me more? Is Minnesota's system corrupt?
I don't know enough about it. Aren't they Democratic or...
I don't know how that's relevant.
The big city governments are always corrupt. I only know about their culture. I don't know about their government stuff.
Are you telling me that the corrupt people aren't out there trying to embezzle money from the small towns of populations 3,000 or 500?
No, they probably are.
I mean, I doubt they are. They wouldn't waste their time out there. So of course they're in the cities. But apparently I don't know about rural corruption. I'm sorry. I don't know what money there is to steal out there.
I never said they couldn't be corrupt.
Oh, I mean, I was just sitting here saying I don't think that you were saying big cities are corrupt. I'm like, well, yeah, the corrupt people aren't going to waste their time where there isn't a bunch of money. The money is going to where all the people are.
Yeah, but they do hurt the small towns.
Well, sure. But you're never going to help the small towns by voting right wing.
I agree with that. There's something we can agree on.
The Solyndra bankruptcy. Next up is the Solyndra scandal. Solyndra was a green energy company in California that made solar panels. Solyndra was a product of an Obama administration effort to promote renewable energy projects. In 2000, what do you think of renewable energy projects?
Renewable energy projects. I have a lot of opinions on that. We should be open to new resources, but we should make sure they're functional.
You lefty bastard. In 2009, Obama's Department of Energy gave Solyndra $535 million in loan guarantees. The company later went bankrupt in 2011, and the Energy Department took a huge loss. This cost the U.S. taxpayers over $500 million. The FBI and Department of Treasury investigated the company's founders for wasteful spending. Solyndra was also probed for misstating its finances. So, what about this was a failure on the Obama administration's part?
Well, he killed a lot of people. He caused a lot of tension overseas and among Americans.
In Solyndra?
A lot of places.
Oh my God, guys, it's 3 items long. Guys, it's 3 items long. It's Solyndra, the IRS not granting tax-exempt status to political campaign groups, and Benghazi. This is nationalinterest.org.
He wasn't as bad about taxation as Biden was. Biden was worse.
Chat thinks you sound like a Democrat.
Yeah, I don't care what people think about me.
What were you saying about Biden and taxation? What was wrong about that?
Say he was worse than Obama.
In what way? Okay, guys, let's look at
He was authoritarian about tax sometimes.
In what way?
Like he used the federal government to just say we should take their money, but he didn't actually work on the corruption among rich people.
I'm sorry. Biden said we should just go take people's money?
Yes.
So it wasn't the IRS implementing congressional tax law?
Yeah, Biden was being he was trying to be unilateral about it.
Which, by the way, back in the Biden administration, we still maintained the idea of independent agencies, which is no longer a thing in America. How did Biden direct the IRS?
Unilaterally. He tried to be. I don't think it worked, but he tried to.
How?
He tried to.
When? What did he say?
Biden unilateral behavior.
Specifically,
his unilateral behavior. Trump has unilateral behavior.
Well, certainly, absolutely. That's my biggest problem with him. Okay, let's look at Obama's scandals. Benghazi, IRS scandal. IRS's disclosure that it had targeted conservative and Tea Party groups for extra scrutiny. In what? Determining their tax-exempt status?
You're weird about taxes, bro.
Well, dude, I'm just talking about what the article is bringing up. I didn't bring up taxes. It got brought up in here. The AP phone records scandal. Man, I was not politically involved enough back in 2012. U.S. Department of Justice secretly obtained telephone records of reporters and editors for the Associated Press wire service in 2012. The move was described as a last resort in a leak probe, but it nonetheless outraged journalists who called the seizure a massive and unprecedented intrusion into the AP news gatherings operation. Well, then they must hate that the FBI took the, was it Washington Post girl's computer and voice recorder and cell phone and her other computer with all of her contact lists on it. Man.
Yeah. Sent you a link on Obama. Oh no, it's Biden. Joe Biden.
Obama. Illegal
like
immigrants
Obama?
in Obamacare. Oh, I saw something in the news today about Trump RX being a scam.
What about Biden's immigration behavior?
What about it? I bet you don't know anything about it.
I think it was bad.
I bet you don't know anything about it.
I know
I'm gonna throw this out there. You don't know anything about it.
I know he lied about steady immigration. He actually had like 3 million a year.
That sounds steady.
Not to me.
But what's the difference between 3 million and 3 million?
It should only be a few 100,000.
But you said steady.
Steady, yes, steady. Like functional.
Okay. And where are you getting your immigration numbers?
Well, I saw the official data they were.
What official data? Where at?
How many people came in during those 4 years?
I don't know. Show me.
Illegal or legal, whatever, just all together.
I don't know. Show me.
See, I think it was like 20 million, or at least 10 million.
And don't worry, chat. We'll get to why that's an issue in a minute. Let me get his numbers first.
There was about 9 to 10 million recorded, but I'm sure there's more than that weren't documented.
In how many years?
4-ish, I think. Yeah, about 4. He was president for 4 years, so it'd be 4.
Okay. Well, let's do a healthy exercise here. Yeah, this is good. Okay. Hey, stream team. We're live. It's 1:41 a.m. on 7/26. Can you give me the Biden immigration and deportation numbers for each year of his presidency? Please be sure to provide
deportation.
Sources. I'll just say sources.
I'm a civil libertarian on deportation. I'm America first.
I'm America first. We need more immigrants.
I think we should just do better with the people we have.
More immigrants means better economy. I'm America first.
Sounds like slavery, bro.
How? If you let them in
wage.
legally and you give them a pathway to citizenship, then they have a better opportunity to negotiate for wages.
Okay, I'm open to pathway to citizenship on a small scale, but there's just so many of them.
Border encounters. Oh my god, you're counting border encounters. You know border encounters aren't border crossings, right?
Oh, I saw the border protection, the official border protection stats. I don't have all the undocumented stats.
What? You know that border encounters aren't border crossings, right?
Oh, it was the AI. They told me that. They're probably not nuanced enough.
Did it say border encounters?
1.7 million known gateways. Hold on.
What?
I'm on a government website. It might be more productive.
What? Oh, is it saying border encounters or not?
No, it's saying known gateways. Illegal immigrants who have evaded border patrol.
Okay. Can you provide me that source?
Yes. It's a PDF
file. This is supposedly coming from Border Patrol data.
This is a PDF file.
I know Trump loves PDF files.
I might just have to read it to you because it's a PDF file.
Okay.
Trump might be a pedophile.
I think you can put a PDF file in the Discord. Or if it's a website that links to a PDF file, you can just put the link in there.
Okay.
I need to make a separate room, guys, just for like people to post sources in during conversations. I think that's another thing to add to my list.
I gotta go back. I gotta go do something real quick. My computer's about to die.
Real quick, or are you leaving?
Oh, my computer's about to die, so I probably should wrap this up here. Maybe I come back another time.
Okay, then let me tell you, the numbers that people cite on the right in terms of immigration during the Biden administration are usually about border encounters. Border encounters is Border Patrol doing its job. It is them encountering people. That doesn't mean people are crossing. That means often that they're turned around in most cases. Other examples of border encounters would be people claiming asylum, and those people are legal. Once they claim asylum, they are here legally until their processing is done. So I don't know that like 2.5 million a year average, if even that, is even a high number in terms of encounters. But the thing that I am getting from you for most of this conversation, I'm not being aggressive with you here. I'm not trying to shove this in your face. I'm trying to tell you, you are getting a lot of disinformation about what the left supports, about what's happening during left administrations. I'm glad that you're critical of right administrations, and I'm not going to say that left-wing administrations are pure and holy. I'm very critical of Democrats. I think they should be farther left. They should support more egalitarian policies. But the problem here is an information issue. And the right wing engages in information warfare. They make a lot of claims without backing them up, or things like Minnesota, where they point to real things and blow them extremely out of proportion, because Minnesota has 1/3 of the average Medicaid fraud rate of all the states. 1/3 of the average. Minnesota's great on Medicaid fraud. And look at what the right wing did. They used it as justification to end up killing 2 people for exercising their First Amendment rights. It is information warfare. And I would love to have you back and talk to you more. But I need you to know that you need to be more critical of a lot of stuff that you're hearing. And that's all I'm asking of you. I just want you to be more critical. And I think if you be more critical, you will hate the left less. You will disagree with the left less.
I don't hate left-wing people.
That's why I corrected myself. You will disagree with the left-wing less. You will think they are radical less. If you just think more critically about the stuff you hear from the right.
I get along with them more than I used to.
And I'm sure that's a matter of just like listening to them on what their actual positions are. Like
I try to be objective, but it's hard to find good sources because
the thing is, dude, like we have created a society where people think their opinions are just as justified as experts. We have demonized experts, we have demonized academia, and we have to stop. Because the thing is, these people, they don't claim to know everything outside their field. They have dedicated their lives to knowledge in their field. So they only claim to be experts on a very specific thing. And most people don't even do that much. So we should, when we are idiots, when I'm an idiot on anything that isn't the law, anything that isn't Metal Gear Solid, anything that isn't like, I don't know, the first generation of Pokemon, anything that isn't that, I'm going to defer to experts first and foremost. Somebody will have to show me something that disproves what an expert said. And that needs to be your basis.
I see what you're saying, but I think we need transparency among experts.
And you know, when you're talking about a field at least that has peer-reviewed studies, we do have transparency. They are being judged by their peers who are also experts in that field. That is transparency. And most of these academics, they have peer-reviewed research all the time.
I don't think we have enough healthy transparency.
Well, maybe that's something you should push for, but step 1 should be trust what the academics said. Step 2 would be look out for things that
academic?
In a field.
I see what you're saying, but as a lot of people I don't trust.
In a field, trust the majority opinion in that field. First and foremost. Step 2 is if somebody hey, listen. Step 2 is critical of that stance. Step 2 is then be receptive of evidence against that position. But only if there is evidence given. Otherwise, you don't have a basis for rejecting the majority opinion of a field. You don't. You don't spend your life studying this stuff like they do. They are experts for a reason, and we need to stop demonizing experts and thinking that we know as much as they do because we have the internet. That's one of the goals of my channel. I want you to know I'm stupid. I may be an attorney. I may have like a 99.6 percentile score on the LSAT. I'm an idiot. There's a ton of stuff I don't know. And we all need to be accepting that we don't know stuff.
Yeah,
defer to experts first, and then be critical, but not rejecting outright.
I think if we're going to criticize a big official opinion, I think people can have their own opinions, but if they're going to criticize a big official opinion, they should make sure they know how to articulate, like, and have good sources. They shouldn't expect everyone to agree.
Yes. And if they have the majority opinion in their field, that means they have that. They have peer-reviewed research. Otherwise, like they're not going to publish a paper. In most cases, they're not going to publish a paper that doesn't have good sources and doesn't have good methodology because they will be shit on by their peers and their career will be just shot. They won't be taken seriously in their own field.
It's like it happens to psychologists a lot.
It happens to psychologists a lot.
Yes.
I mean, but at that point we're talking about fringe people. They will still produce papers. They will produce papers with bad methodology and bad sources, but they're fringe and they're not like, so I'm not saying just trust them outright. I'm saying trust the majority opinion, especially in stuff that has been the majority opinion for decades. Trust the majority opinion in a field until you receive sufficient evidence to reject that opinion. Step 1, stop trusting the expert majority. Stop distrusting the expert majority. There isn't a good logical reason for it. We need to accept that we can't have knowledge about everything. And science has provided a way that we can maintain knowledge across society without each person needing to be an expert in everything. That's what peer review does for us. Got me? Ending on a positive message? Did your computer die? Did I lose you? He's still in the Discord chat, but I think we may have lost William. William, if you can still hear me, I hope you come back. And I mean, maybe positive message isn't the right framing, but I think I gave him something to think about there, and I think it was landing with him. He was still critical of the opinion, but I think something there was landing. Well, thank you, chat. You've been wonderful through this whole thing. I'm glad we had that conversation. I was not hopeful about it at first. I think it went good places. I love you guys. I'm proud of all you. I didn't think you were insulting him. Like, I mean, even I called him a lefty. Anybody got something I can be proud of them for? Before I close this out, I want to celebrate somebody. I always think y'all are worthy of celebrating. Did I lose Optimus? Is it just you, Maddie? Not that there's ever a just Maddie. Not that. Are we rewriting the Constitution? Yeah, we can work on that tomorrow night. I think that's a good project for tomorrow night. It's like mainly I'm just kind of going like I'm just like free flying during my streams right now, while off stream I'm working on the other content because that's like absorbing all of my free time when I'm not offline. I'm like, need to get this out, and I can't wait for that to be over. Just in one stream? No. Like, I don't like. We should keep rewriting the Constitution. I like that. I want to get back to that. I like that. We can make that. I want to make that a more regular thing. And you got to remember how ADHD I am. Like, I might even forget between streams that that's what we were doing. So I need to bring that document back up, and I want to work on that tomorrow night. Well, hopefully it's pinging a wider audience. That's what I hope it will do. It's a wild way to try to reach a broader audience, but I'm hoping that it will work. I'm feeling hopeful on it. I think you joined too late. Yeah, I don't know why this one's sticking with me, but I think you joined too late to catch the angry gay person who came in here saying I was hot. That was wild. You're right. The gamer bros are who we need to capture. Like we said when I came up with this idea, we need to change how the pipeline works. We need to make the alternative pipeline. I wasn't expecting that at all. They were a pretty rude troll, and they basically ended with, "By the way, you're hot." I'm like, what the fuck? Man. Okay. Well, Maddie, I'm particularly proud of you. You're a great contributor to this community, this hopefully like building, snowballing community. I'm glad that you've been here from basically the beginning of it. I'm proud of you. You do great work. And we need to play Borderlands at some point. Okay. I'm going to do my sign off. I'm Know Nothing Attorney. I know nothing, so you can too. Because it's only in embracing that we know nothing that we can actually learn anything. And that's what I aim to do here with you guys every time I'm live, and I hope that you can gain something from working with me on this. Tales of the Borderlands, isn't that like a movie game? It's one of those games that like you make choices and it just does the thing. Like Dispatch. Kept feeling like I was missing the board game part. Okay. I'm down to play whatever Borderlands you want to. I want to play some Borderlands. I miss Borderlands. All right, and then the other part of the sign off. As always, I'm proud of you. I don't need to know you personally for that to be true. It's real, and you deserve to hear it. if only because life is hard. It's always been hard and always will be hard. But the way you face each and every single day, the way you do, is remarkable. So stay remarkable, and I'll see you tomorrow night. Have a good night. Have a good night, Maddie. An entire finger gun scene you can do. That's great. That's great. I just remember my first, hold on, before I log off, my first experience with one of those games was the Walking Dead game. I never watched The Walking Dead, but I played the Walking Dead game. And something about the save messed up. I don't know. Like, but I mean, I imagine that the last chapter of the game goes this way, whatever your choices were. But like, I made choices through, I think it was the first 4 chapters. And then I got to chapter 5. And there's a guy in there who like accuses you of stuff. He's like, you did this. And I was like, no, I didn't. And he's like, and this? I'm like, no. And this? I'm like, no, those are all the things that I didn't choose to do. Like my freaking save file. And it was very frustrating. I felt heartbroken. I didn't get my ending to the story. Maybe that's just left a sour taste in my mouth ever since. Oh, Patrick Warburton. Why would you ever ask why Patrick Warburton's in something? Okay, I'm gonna go. I'll see you tomorrow night, hopefully. Rest well. Bye.